What up, world? Talking my shit, man. No man life 101. Hey, I had some shit on my mind, man. I'm finna go and spit this shit. Hey, y'all wanna know who the real gangsters is? If all my niggas out here, man, when we be like banging on each other and shit, right? The only thing making us gangsters is because we just a survivors. But when you look at this shit from the bigger picture, right? We actually, like, I'm just gonna keep this shit real. We actually like guinea pigs and shit. And possums and rats and shit. I'm finna tell you why. We went from like being having our own shit to being in a concentration camp. You don't even really like know that shit. Like, and I see that shit in our face. Cause see, I go through that shit too. And I be having to practice meditation and shit to deal with this shit. Cause I ain't know this shit at first. When I was in jail, right? You know, I was watching motherfuckers bang over honey buns and shit, right? Motherfucker came and got me for my shit, right? And I thought about this shit, right? But we kept behind that gang shit, right? Like me, I don't really like being called that shit. Like motherfucker look at me like a thug and shit like that. That's for people who ain't got a brain. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm just a man. I know how to fight and all that shit. I know how to kill and all that shit too, right? But check this out though. The only reason I be acting like that is because I'm like a lab rat. I was trained to be that way. Let me break this shit down to you. The people that run the world, right? They did this shit by like divide and conquer shit, right? And we help them stay on top of us because we don't think for ourselves. We think about like we don't even realize we just in a pretty cell block, straight up. And the people that run the world, right, they be sitting back, they be like laughing and shit at us and shit because they be like, you ever seen a little rat running around in the maze and shit? You know what I'm saying? They got like, see, they ain't living like that. See, they got land, they got motherfucking money, shit like that. So they ain't really just like whooping. They go through drama too, but they ain't really like how we is with this shit. See, we go at each other's throat because we don't know how to get out the maze. You don't know how to get out of the maze when you've been put in the maze. That's why I mentioned the rat in the maze. Then they got a little extra spot. Let me see if this rat can get through this maze. And shit, they up there, they sipping wine and shit. You know what I'm saying? They looking at us and be like, look at these motherfuckers. We can give them do any motherfucking thing. They dangle shit in our faces and shit. They would be beating up each other and doing each other with their thug shit, right? But my thing is, since we so like body and shit, why the fuck we ain't figured out how to get out of this motherfucking maze yet? So until then, I'm a prisoner of war. You know what I'm talking about? And I can't get to the real motherfuckers because they camered up, they secured and shit, like, right? So I gotta fight another motherfucker that look like me and another rat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a rat. You know what I'm saying? I'm a motherfucking what's my jig? I'm a motherfucking possum. You know what I'm saying? They dab the cheese in front of me and shit. The cheese is the money. You know what I'm saying? In the positions and shit, in society and shit. That be the little cheese. So we be thinking we be winning because some rats got more cheese than the other rat. Hey, but you still a rat because you in a motherfucking maze. And they dangle that shit, right? They be living in a mansion and shit and own some land and shit. And they out there, they be like partying, laughing and shit, right? They get caught up too, but in a way you don't understand though. Cause you just still a rat in this motherfucking maze. And really, man, you ain't really no full blown like motherfucker until you get out that maze. Well, I don't knock everybody though, cause shit, it ain't motherfucking just easy to get out that motherfucking maze. But I'm just gonna tell you the truth, you in the maze. The only reason I fight is because I'm in the maze. And I'll probably go spend my rest of my motherfucking life trying to get out that maze. But as far as me being a gangster and shit, nah, I ain't no gangster, I'm a rat. It's the difference. See, the gangsters, they the ones that run the country. You don't even see these motherfuckers. They see you though. They ain't the ones you see on TV and shit, like the presidents and all these motherfuckers and shit. Them face people, you know what I'm saying? Shit, they just put a face up there in front of your ass. Well, how can you get out this motherfucking rat race I'm talking about? You gotta think while you in it. That's the only way. And you gotta try to think positive. And here I am. I ain't nothing but a fool and a knucklehead. But guess what? I'm learning how to get out this maze. How you gonna get out the maze? Well, I ain't gonna get out this bitch physically. I gotta get out this bitch mentally. So I gotta teach myself self motherfucker control. So when motherfucker come at me like looking at me like I'm a gangster or a thug, I'm like, hey man, that's offensive to me. Don't call me that shit. Just call me a man. Or call me a fool. Or call me a rat. I take that belt. Because if I was a gangster, I want to be in this motherfucking maze. And the only reason I'm surviving this motherfucking maze is because I figured out how to survive a little bit. So all I'm saying is, you gotta think better. You know what I'm saying? If you down here at the bottom and you fighting over scraps, you just a rat. And I'm gonna keep that shit real with you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat this shit. Most people ain't gonna be able to take that shit. I'm not a rat. I got nice clothes on. I got a nice car. I got a job. Motherfucker, you still a rat though. You know what I'm talking about? Compared to what these people think you is. You feel me? Cause you ain't got what they got. And you helping them get what they got. Cause you only fighting another rat down there in them maze with you. And they getting paid for that shit in various different ways. So you gotta think. What makes you a man is a man of self-control. I'm trying to learn that shit. I don't know that shit yet. That's the only way I can get out the maze. Even if they got me in that bitch physically. Guess why I learned self-control at? I learned self-control in the jail cell. So I don't know why I want to spit that shit. Just some real shit was on my motherfucking mind. Do they make them people better than me? No. Them motherfucker bleed just like you. The only difference is though, they got more space, open space than you. You can't get to them because they get their money. They go buy houses out there in the woods. They go buy mansions on hills and shit. And they got space. They got islands and shit. So you ain't really got it. They ain't got to be bothered with you. They just put you in the maze. They get caught up too in other type shit though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the answers to that shit because I ain't never been as deep in the game with them. I just can only play this shit from the maze I was put in. But if you think better, you can survive the maze though. But you gotta practice self-control though. Ain't always meant to fight. Cause when we fighting each other, we ain't doing them helping them build a maze up. Shit. Hey, no mad like one-on-one, I'll holler back.